Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Excellency the Minister of the Interior announces the final results of Shura Council's 8th term elections. Voters' turnout of Shura Council members' election reaches 56% as the higher committee did not receive any complaints on the results. More than 80 research projects compete for the National Award of Scientific Research, and the Researchers Forum honors research related to the Sultanate. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Gurbanguly Berdi Muhammadov of Turkmenistan on his country's National Day. And His Majesty the Sultan sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Alexander Lukashenko of Belarus on his re-election as president for another presidential term. His Excellency Sayyid Hamoud bin Faisal al-Busaidi, Minister of the Interior, announced in a statement today the final results of Shura Council's 8th term elections, which were approved by the higher committee. The Shura Council's 8th term elections 2015-2019 are completed, and 85 candidates were elected as members of the Shura Council. It has seen a great development in various legal, procedural and technical aspects, including the formation of a higher committee for Shura Council's election that enjoys the independence and impartiality, headed by a deputy chairman of the Supreme Court to oversee the elections and the examination of all electoral appeals. The Shura Council enjoys numerous functions, such as reviewing draft decisions and laws prepared by ministries and government bodies and participating in preparing for development plans. The Shura Council consists of representatives of all wilayas of the Sultanate, and they are elected according to the number of citizens. Each wilaya with 30,000 citizens or more elects 2 representatives and 1 representative for 1 wilaya of a population less than 30,000 citizens. The Council's membership lasts for 4 years. Honorable Sheikh Khalid bin Rashid Al-Manwari, Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Court and Chairman of Higher Committee for Elections, confirmed at a press conference that the committee did not receive any complaints of pressure practiced on the voters. The press conference mentioned that the number of male voters was more than 172,000, while more than 124,000 females voted in the Shura elections. The participation amounted to 56.66%. After the election concluded, the press conference held on the election results of Shura Council members for the 8th term indicated that it will be allowed to present appeals in the election within 10 days from the issue of the statement of His Excellency the Minister of the Interior, which included names of the council members. The results showed that a very young candidate whose age is 31 had won in a densely populated wilaya. 1 female candidate won a seat in the Shura Council. The Shura process gained a praise at an international level for the achievements realized at social, political, economic and security levels. Enriching scientific movements in the fields of scientific research, the Scientific Research Council organized the 2nd annual forum for researchers. The 2-day forum was presided over by His Excellency Abdul Aziz bin Muhammad al-Rawas, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan for Cultural Affairs. The forum aimed to support researchers in the scientific programs and individual innovations with their various categories. The forum seeks to showcase results of the scientific research that are financed by programs of open research scholarships, in addition to support research of university and higher education studies. The events of the first day discussed a number of research papers in the fields of culture, social sciences, infrastructure, environment, biology, resources, education, and human resources through 3 scientific sessions, in addition to a number of work papers discussed by various international institutions which support the scientific research field. The forum on its second round revealed an increase in scientific research activities in the Sultanate, which was one PhD program in 2007 to reach 32 programs in 2014, and increased the number of publishers in scientific fields to be 157 publishers per million inhabitants in 2014, comparing with 47 scientific publishers in 2007, and increased the number of researchers in the Sultanate in 2013 to 484 per million inhabitants, compared with 355 researchers in 2007. The forum coincided with the inauguration of the logo of Innovation Complex, which is considered one of the important development projects in the field of research and development, which included 4 main programs, namely programs of supporting educational, academic, industrial, and social innovations, considering to provide suitable environment for research and innovation. His Excellency Ahmed bin Yusuf Al-Harthi, Under-Secretary of Foreign Ministry for Diplomatic Affairs, stated that the Sultanate is exerting diplomatic efforts to stop the war in Yemen, which would end the suffering of brotherly Yemeni nation and save the stability of Yemen and the region. The Sultanate is ready to host dialogue among Yemeni parties and have great confidence in all parties and their ability to reach a peaceful solution. Regarding the Syrian crisis, His Excellency the Under-Secretary of Foreign Ministry for Diplomatic Affairs stated that the Sultanate is in contact with Syrian warring parties and supports the efforts finding a peaceful solution for the crisis with the participation of regional and international parties. He also added that there is a need to collaborate efforts by Syrian parties, regional and international parties to find an end to the crisis. Still to come in our news bulletin. Represented by the State General Reserve Fund, the Sultanate signs the agreement of establishing the Gulf Japanese Food Fund. Welcome back. Competitions in the skills of using light weapons of formations and units of Royal Army of Oman were concluded today on the ground fields of shooting in Ghala. Activities of the competition included musical performances of Royal Army of Oman's music band, free jump skills of using light weapons, shooting rifle, gun and pistol. At the end, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harab al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, the chief guest, distributed cups and awards to the winning teams and participants. The Sultanate, represented by the State General Reserve Fund, signed an agreement to establish Gulf Japanese Food Fund, which is a big part of it will be invested inside the Sultanate starting from Shinas port. A group of investors from the Sultanate, GCC countries and Japan participated in this fund. His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Masoud Al-Sinadi, Minister of Commerce and Industry, presided over the signing ceremony. The fund was announced in Muscat with a capital of $400 million to invest in food projects such as vegetable, fruits, meats, in addition to saving and covering industries, logistic services, studies and research related to food industries. The agreement came within the framework of the investment strategies of the State General Reserve Fund, aiming to attract more foreign investments to the Sultanate.
Fund size is going to be 400 million. It's not concluded yet, but that's my target, to gather 400 million worth US dollar to make investment not just in Oman but the GCC countries in terms of agriculture, farming, not just limited to farming, but the fund could be used for development of the such as facilities at the port, storage, that kind of stuff could be made by this fund. and both Japan and Oman and GCC countries take benefit from this fund. That's our thinking. We already have so many transactions plans that want to utilize this fund, and today's ceremony indicates a very good start of gathering the fund, so the fund and the necessity could match in the future. We have so many potential transactions in the book already.
His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al-Futaisi, Minister of Transport and Communications, paid a field visit to oversee the stages of completion in the 3 packages that are completed in Al-Batna Expressway, which starts from the Wilaya of Saham and ends at Khatmat Milaha in the Wilaya of Shinas in North Al-Batna Governorate. The minister was briefed on the progress of the work in the last 3 packages of this project, as well as challenges facing the executing companies to accelerate the pace of work. Al-Batna Expressway project consists of 6 packages, 3 of which have been accomplished. The 4th, 50.5 kilometer package begins at the Wilaya of Saham and ends in the Wilaya of Sohar with 30% completion percentage. The 5th, 41 kilometer package starts in the Wilaya of Sohar and ends at the Wilaya of Liwa with 40% completion percentage. The 6th and final 45 kilometer package starts in the Wilaya of Liwa and ends at the Khatmat Milaha in the Wilaya of Shinas with 45% completion percentage. The Oman's first Conference of Protocol and Diplomacy was opened today at Crown Plaza, Muscat. The conference focuses on organization of events, practices and forms of behavior accepted and prescribed by social convention or authority. More details with Saif bin Khalfan al-Kindi in the following report.
The event was mainly dealing with protocol and diplomacy that leads to Master of Arts in Protocol and Soft Diplomacy skills. Talking about the importance of the event, Ina Spears, founder and CEO at the International School of Protocol and Diplomacy, pointed out.
We are running actually this conference around the world in a scope called Innovation in Diplomacy. Why? Because the changes in the world that are happening around the world requests a lot of understanding, know-how of the protocol, business protocol, corporate diplomacy and national branding.
The key concepts of the conference was about basic tools of organization of events, practices and forms of behavior accepted and prescribed by social convention or authority. The sessions also deal with maintaining and enhancing relations with dignitaries and states representatives.
One of the strategic priorities of the country actually is to focus in national branding. Is that the people around the world, in the United States of America, in Europe, in Latin America, in Asia, they know what is Oman. A lot of people until now they get confused. What is the Middle East? What is the Gulf? And this conference is very important to not only the destruction of stereotypes, but the people around the world understand the importance, strategic importance of the past, present and future of Oman.
It was also mentioned that a formal act performed and custom different types of events and ways of dealing with invitations, flags and president's seating arrangements.
Something in the technique is not working, if we are not happy with the seating arrangements and so on, we can prepare it for the next time, but at the very moment we have to try to solve it out and do it in a way.
The 2-day conference also deals with seating arrangement at a state banquet, theater, dinner, seating arrangement in a car convoy, including all types of transport speeches, who's first, who speaks the last, as well as signing ceremonies. Well, such event enabled participants to deal with diplomacy and protocol worldwide and gain several skills that's needed for today. Saif al-Kindi for English News, Crown Plaza, Muscat.
The Public Authority for Small and Medium Enterprises conducted a training program for male and female entrepreneurs aiming to acquaint with elements leading to the success of small and medium enterprises and the outcome obtained by taking part in exhibitions and events. The program touched upon means of promoting products and services, ways of dealing with customers, as well as the benefit earned by participating in local and international events. Activities of the Equestrian Race 2015-2016 continued in the Governorate of South Al-Batina with a wide participation of unique Arab equestrian owners. The race is organized by the Royal Equestrian Race Club affiliated to the Royal Court Affairs. With the participation of more than 60 fine artists from various wilayas in the Sultanate and a number of male and female school students, the 10th annual exhibition for Arabic calligraphy and its literal formations. The exhibition, which showcased 199 artistic pieces, came within the events that accompanied the Fine Arts Festival. The exhibition considered as an introduction for active participation in regional and international competitions. The exhibition was inaugurated by His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Muhammad Al-Sarmi, Under Secretary of the Ministry of Higher Education. The latest weather maps and satellite images show that a depression is forming in south of the Arabian Sea today, with surface winds around its center are from 10 to 15 knots. The numerical charts indicate that there is a possibility of the depression to move towards the northwest without any direct effect on the coasts of the Sultanate during the upcoming 3 days. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's news bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Excellency Minister of the Interior announces the final results of Shura Council's 8th term elections. The turnout of Shura Council members' election reaches 56% as the higher committee did not receive any complaints on the results. More than 80 research projects are competing on the National Award for Scientific Research, and the Researchers Forum honors scientific research related to the Sultanate. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.